Hello, and I am excited today to reveal to you ways that you can win the X game. Now, we've been playing the X game all year from time to time, hoping that you would see some patterns in the game as we played, and I told you we would play all year, and then after May 1st, I would give you some clues on how to win the X game. So, here we go. So I'm going to tell you the clues, and then maybe you can go play somebody today at your house and maybe beat them a few times, but also share how they can win as well. Okay, so let's go over the rules really quickly just to refresh your memory because we haven't played since, March. So here we go. Remember, the X game is a row of 12 X's. 1, 2, okay, and remember, the person who crosses off the last X in the row is the winner. Also remember, when it's your turn, you can only cross off 1 X, 2 X's, or 3 X's. That's all you can cross off when it's your turn. Okay, so one of the tricks to win the X game is to understand that the X game really isn't about 12 X's. Okay, we use 12 X's to maybe confuse the person that you're playing. Okay, but the X game is really a game of 4 X's. And there are 3 groups of 4 in the number 12. Okay, so I'm going to pair them. I'm going to count them off. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so I hope that you see how those are separated into groups of 4. So when you're playing and you want to win, you need to make sure that you see these groups of 4 as you play in the row of 12. Okay, so that's one of the tricks. Okay, another trick is to ask the person that you're playing who's going first. Okay, now this is important because if they go first, then that will tell you how many X's that you are to cross off so you can win. Now, you don't want to make a big deal about that, right? You don't want to say, oh, you have to go first. No, I want you to go first. Make sure that you go first. No, you just kind of want to, keep it casual. So you just want to say, oh, so who's going first today, me or you? And if you remember when we played, I always asked that question, right? Okay, so hopefully whenever you say, oh, who's going first, they will say, oh, I'll go first. Okay, perfect. Well, now, when that person goes first, that will determine what X's you cross off. So, let's say when that person goes first, they cross off 1 X. Okay, now how many X's are you going to cross off? You are going to cross off 3 X's, right? Okay, let's say when that person goes first, they cross off 2 X's. Okay, how many are you going to cross off now? You are going to cross off 2 X's. Let's say when that person goes first, they cross off 3 X's. So how many X's are you going to cross off? You are going to cross off 1. Now, here's another important clue. Whoever crosses off X number 4 will win the game, okay? Because then the next set of 4 come up. And if they cross off 1, you are going to cross off 3. If they cross off 2, you are going to cross off 2. If they cross off 3, you are going to cross off 1, right? So, of course, you want to cross off X number 8. And then, of course, to finish out the game, the rule stays the same. If they cross off 1, you cross off 3. If they cross off 2, you cross off 2. If they cross off 3, you cross off 1. And of course, X number 12 wins the game. Okay? Now, let's say, though, that whenever you say, who wants to go first, they say, oh, I went first last time, you go first this time. So you have to go first. All right? So let's talk about that. So let's say you're the one that has to go first. Well, we're still playing with groups of 4, right? 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So if you have to go first, then you just cross off 1 X, right? Because if you cross off 1, let's say they cross off 1, you can still cross off X number 4. If they cross off 1, you cross off 2. If they cross off 2, you cross off 1. But let's say they cross off all 3. Well, that's okay because you have the next row of 4 or the next group of 4 to be able to win, right? You are trying to cross off X number 4, X number 8, X number 12. So you still have a second chance on this next row. So let's say you're going first again. So you cross off 1 again. Now if they cross off 1, you are crossing off 2. If they cross off 2, you are crossing off 1. Okay? So I hope that those few little tricks help you win the X game. So remember, it's really a game of 4. Remember, you are trying to cross off X number 4, X number 8, and X number 12. Remember that it's very helpful if the other person goes first. And if they choose not to go first, you always start off the game by crossing off 1 X. Okay, because that still gives you options for the rest of the game. Okay, so I hope you have a fun time playing the X game today with someone. Okay, and remember to be kind when you're beating your mom and dad. Okay, so have a great day, and I hope you have fun playing the X game. Bye now.